It's a new year, time to embrace New Year resolutions. Or is it? In today's show, I'm introducing you to the number one hack that I've been using to break free from negative thoughts and take action for living the life I really want for myself and my family. If you're ready to make this year the year where you break free from negative thoughts and you start choosing happy for living your everyday life, you won't want to miss this episode. This one hack will empower you to choose differently this year. I'm giving you the 5 steps on how to do it in today's show. Come on in. It's time to choose happy. Hey girlfriend, welcome to the Choose Happy with Marie show. I am so happy you're here. Do you want to stop the negative thoughts and live your life free of the limiting stories and fear that stands in your way of living a happy life? Hi, I'm Marie. For the majority of my life, I lived with negative thoughts that was often labeled as depression. My breakthrough happened when I broke free from the negative thoughts and I learned the power of choosing happy. In this podcast, you will learn positive self-talk using affirmations aligned with healthy habits. You'll learn tangible ideas to connect with yourself, to finally figure out what really makes you happy, and everyday living solutions that can help guide you in living a happy life. It's time for us to get off the hamster wheel of everyday living and intentionally living our life, one choose happy choice at a time. Come on in. We are choosing happy. Hello, Happy New Year 2024. How was your holiday break? I hope you had a wonderful holiday, doing fun things with family and friends, or maybe just relaxing. How did you like using the Choose Happy Self-Care Holiday Countdown Calendar that we used for the month of December? I hope you liked it. I loved it. That one suggested task every day, it helped ensure that I did one nice thing for myself every day. I especially liked, if I may share, the task of shopping for a gift from me to me. If you didn't get the chance to listen to that episode yet, it's episode number 62, titled Why I Buy My Own Holiday Present, and you should too. You know what? You can actually do this as a birthday gift to yourself as well. So don't just limit that to just buying a gift for yourself for Christmas. You can also do it for your birthday. As we close the year 2023, I hope you took some time for reflection, especially reflecting on the good thing that happened in your life in 2023. And if you didn't get the opportunity to do this yet, there's still time. You can listen to episode number 64, titled Break Free from Remembering the Negativity of the Year, Journal Prompts for Self-Reflection. I gave some tips in that episode for ideas on how you can reflect on the past year. Let's assuming you did do that closure. So 2023 is now closed and we're opening a new door to the year 2024. I am super excited about it. I'm sending out positive vibes into the universe. Let's do this, okay? Let's all do this. You may have already decided on New Year resolutions, if you like to do that kind of thing. Perhaps you did it at the New Year's get-together that you had. Maybe you found yourself shouting out something while you had had a couple of drinks saying, hey, I'm going to do this new year. And then maybe now you're regretting saying that you were going to start, let's say, going to the gym 3 times a week when you don't even go once a week. So I kind of still do New Year resolutions, but I don't really call them that. Rather, what I do is I set up goals for the new year, and I do this hack that has helped me break free from negative thoughts and actually take action on achieving those goals as I live my everyday life. It's one thing to say, I will do X this year, right? It's another thing to actually follow through on achieving X. You know what I mean? Well, this year, it's going to be different. And I'll tell you why. Because you are going to try this hack that is going to empower you to choose differently. It's not magic, but it's powerful when you do it right. What this hack is called the word of the year. And maybe you've heard this before. And it guides us as we live the new year. Selecting this word requires taking the time to really think about it, because this word will be your anchor to pivot the choices that you make in your everyday life. It will help trigger them. It represents how you want to live your life. That means this word will guide any goals you select for the new year and even everyday choices that you'll be making. So, now that I've got you all intrigued on what is this hack, how do we choose a word for the year? I broke it down into 5 steps to guide you. But before I go into the steps, you need to put yourself in the right mindset to do this exercise. So you don't have to do that right now. You can listen to the episode, and then you can listen to the episode afterwards again. Find a space where you feel you can connect with yourself and not be interrupted by others. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. This is about spending time with you. Perhaps have a favorite beverage nearby. Whatever you like to do that helps you be grounded and be present. Put away your phone in another room. You don't want to hear notifications. You don't want to be distracted. This is a gift you are giving to yourself. I live in a small house, so I don't have a dedicated room for me to do this exercise or any other exercise. But I do have a corner of my bedroom where I have a small desk. And when I sit there, I can see the forest behind my house. And seeing nature helps ground me, helps me be present. And maybe that's something that resonates with you as well. You could be sitting at a kitchen table, on your comfy couch, even at a local coffee shop, wherever that helps you be in the present moment and be inspired. Here are the 5 steps to guide you in choosing your word of the year. The first step, if you haven't already done this, give the year closure. Give the year 2023 closure so that you can start new. If you haven't already done so, reflect on the past year and you can use the tips that I shared in episode number 64, Break Free from Remembering the Negativity of the Year, Journal Prompts for Self-Reflection. That is the first step. Step 2, think about your values, intentions, and any goals that are coming to your mind for 2024. Your values are what is important to you. It's what you're passionate about. It encompasses, I can't say that word very well, encompasses who you are authentically. Your intentions are what you want to advance with. Your goals are outcomes-based, something tangible that comes as a result of your intentions. Let's use an example to illustrate what I'm referring to. Let's say one of the things you want to improve upon in your life this year is to set up a healthy morning routine for yourself. The goal would be a healthy morning routine, and the intention would be that you want to give yourself quality time for you every day before you give to others. Your values underlying this goal and intention could be that you are starting to value your time, that your morning routine time matters just as much as any other item on your to-do list. Just as an aside, with regard to this example, when I first started the Choose Happy morning routine, when I first started implementing that in my everyday life, I actually had it as an item on my daily to-do list. It mattered just as much as anything else, and I put it high priority, that it needed to get done. And I would checkmark it because I really do find it very powerful to checkmark things. It just helps me feel like I've accomplished something. I think that's my productivity tendencies, and that's for another episode. Think about your values and your intentions for the new year. What are they? And you could reflect on the following areas. They could be relationships with your partner, your children, parents, friends. It could be intentions for your work. Do you need to establish maybe healthy boundaries there? Do you need to log off on time versus working into your dinner time because you're working from home and it's really hard to set those boundaries? Maybe you have intentions to improve your physical health or improve your mental health. Or it could be implementing a new hobby. Or it could be if you have a specific milestone that you're celebrating or wanting to achieve in 2024. That's step 2. Step 3, now that you've got some ideas, now is the time to brainstorm. Write out anything that's coming to your mind, like with regard to those different areas. And look at your notes. Maybe already starting to see clues of what a possible word could be. At this point, just make a list. You don't have to commit to anything at this time. And if you're struggling with anything, you can Google a word and see what ideas come up. You can also use a thesaurus to expand on words as well. Step 4, make a vision board. You can refer back to season 1 and episode number 3 titled Design Your Choose Happy Vision Board, where I shared with you how you could make a digital vision board for free. If you're all on social media platforms, you can also look back to any searches you may have done that might help you reveal what you've been interested in lately. That's another approach you could use. So now that you've got a list of some words, you've got a vision board to kind of guide you in what you're hoping to do in the new year, with those things in place, it's time to pick your word. Once you have a list, see which word stands out to you and pick it without judgment. And it's not hard. It is the first thing that comes up, honestly. It's just something that resonates with you. And if you still don't come up with a word, that is okay. Carry the list around with you for the next few days. Take a look at it. See which word pops out of the page for you. See if it's the same word all the time that's popping out. Because if it is, then that's your word for the year. Bonus, once you have your word, I invite you to write a few sentences on why you picked this word for the year. What does it mean to you? At this point in time, today, at the beginning of a new calendar year, what does this word mean to you? And what are you hoping to achieve by having this word guide you? And it's really important that you place this somewhere where you can easily access it throughout the year. The why, the reasons why you pick, well, first the word, but the reasons why you pick the word so that you can look back on it throughout the year. I like to write mine on paper. You could type it out if you want. And I put it at the back of my own journal planner. There's like an envelope style opening at the back of the planner. And so I put my piece of paper there so I can easily look at it and I can remember why I picked it. The first time I did this was actually in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. I'd heard about this idea, but I hadn't given much thought to it. I was still doing New Year resolutions because that was the thing to do. I had heard about it in January from something I was reading, but I didn't quite implement it right then. I had the idea of it and I thought that was neat. And then we got sent home right early in 2020 and suddenly we couldn't go anywhere or do anything with others beyond those that we were living with. And that was really affecting my mental health, and maybe that affected you as well. And then I remembered the idea and I thought, why not give it a try? Why don't I pick a word? I could use the inspiration, as there was so much negativity around at that time, if you recall. What happened was I didn't exactly choose one word. It could be a word, but it sounds better if it's said in 2 words. Any guess what those 2 words were? What 2 words did I pick in 2020 that changed my life? I think you can probably guess what it is. The 2 words were choose happy. That was how I was going to live my year, despite the negativity that was surrounding me and others all around the world. We had no idea what the future was going to be about, if you recall that, like right at the beginning especially. And I just thought, if this could be the end or whatever that could look like, I was finally going to give myself permission to choose happy, whatever that ended up looking like. And that's actually how I came up with the business name. Yep, that's how it happened actually. It helped me find opportunities of happy that year and since then, because I do carry these words forward. So when I think about word of the year, the word was happy. But I put the word choose in front of it because I had to take action. If I wanted to see happy in my life, it was up to me to make it happen. It was a direction that I was choosing to live my life. And that's the power of choosing a word for the year. It will guide you. So it's time to live your word. And if you haven't picked one quite yet, it is okay. You can re-listen to this episode. As I said, there's no timeline. I didn't pick my word until, March when the pandemic started. So it doesn't matter, but it does help if you get started on it and then it's ready to go. And if you're really at a loss for a word of the year, what if you pick the word happy? What if you pick the words choose happy? What would happen if you guided your everyday choices with those two words? How would you live your life differently? That's what this podcast is all about. And that is my intention of having this show, is to help empower you choose differently so that you can break free from the negative thoughts and you can finally live a happy life aligned to what makes you happy and what you want for your life. All right, kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. So it's time to live your word. So here's a few ideas on how to live with a word of the year. Where do you put it, for example? Well, you can just display your word on your vision board, so it's right there. You can print the vision board or have it digitally on your computer, and I talk about that in episode number 3 about designing a vision board. You want to see this word daily. You could also Google search quotes or inspirational thoughts that have the word that you're thinking about for the year, and that can help further inspire you. You'll take the word and you'll put it into questions when you're about to make a decision or when you're considering changing old habits. For example, like if you're asking, like, how can this word help support you? It can help support you in the self-discipline that may be needed to make a positive change in your life, maybe to make a positive change to a habit that's standing in your way of living a happy life. For example, if you use the word happy, you would ask yourself the question, what I'm about to do, does it support me in being happy this year? If not, then maybe reconsider the action you were about to take. See, that's how powerful it is. It just gives you a space to pause and reflect. You can also set a reminder on your phone to remind you of the word. For example, just put a reminder that you are to just pause and are you living your life aligned with that word? And if you're not, it's time to pivot or it's time to change things. So it's really powerful. And if you're interested in learning what my word of the year will be for 2024, well, I will be sending out my word in an email to members. So if you're not signed up as a member yet, what are you waiting for? So yes, I will be sending it to an email because my word, it's private, but not private enough that I need to keep it just to myself. I'm happy to share it with our members because that's the community spirit that I want to encourage. And I would love to hear what your word of the year is too. And you can send me an email about that. So you can sign up to become a Choose Happy member. The link is just in the show notes. And when you sign up, you'll actually receive an instant download of the Choose Happy morning routine. And, this routine is what sets me up for choosing happy every day. And I'm sharing it with you because I truly believe in it, and it's really powerful. And starting your day off right, taking care of you first before you take care of others, really does change how you live your day. It changes it for the better. So as I mentioned, I would love to hear what your word of the year is. Please send it to me via email. It'd be lovely to hear from you, and I'll be sharing mine as well. And I just want to leave you with a little quote from Oprah. Cheers to a new year and another chance for us to get it right. Wishing you and your family a wonderful new year filled with love, laughter, and aligning your choices with your word of the year. Oh yes, and choosing happy. Cheers! I hope today's episode empowered you to choose happy as you live your upcoming week. If so, please take a minute and share this episode with a family or friend who could benefit from it. I'd also love it if you could take 30 seconds and leave a review on your podcast app. Just scroll down and you'll see the space to leave a review. Doing this helps the show be found by others who are also looking to break free from negative thoughts and live a happy life. Remember to sign up to become a Choose Happy member to receive free resources as they become available. Link is in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Take good care and see you next week.